he was mentioning there about the liquor prospects in our area
Oh,
here.
the bootlegging, yes.
And of course, my pony and June's pony was named Dick. Dick was a young pony, and he was fast. And of course, I never did know it until one year I was sitting here at the filling station up here on the corner where the memorial stones are. And George White ran that station, Phillips 66, and I said, George, where did White line that come from anyway? Well, he said, you don't know? I said, no, I never did. Well, your dad knew. Well, if Dad knew, he didn't talk about it. And of course, old Tony Hess owned the White House, which was the dance hall, and he moved some white lightning through that. He had to have a little tip, you know, to really get swinging.
In Reno.
In Reno, Kansas, down here. And George proceeded to tell me, he says, don't you remember seeing that black smoke on a cloudy day coming out of the old grocery store? And there was a two-pump filling station there too out front. Anyway, yeah, I do remember that, but I didn't know what it was all about. Well, he says, Tony Hess, the still was in the furnace in the basement, and that black smoke was from the old tires that he burned in down there to kill the smell. Anyway, you see, I never could figure out how they knew they was gonna get raided down there on 32 Highway. Springtime and Tom Robinson. Anyway, whenever they was gonna get raided, Tony Hess was the justice of the peace for Reno Township. So he was the first one from the sheriff's office that got the message that we're gonna do a raid on him. Tony would call up Mr. Robinson and say, hey, they're coming, and he gave him a time that they was coming. Well, there was always 2 or 3 hours difference. And Tom Robinson, he would call up Edward, and he'd call Edith, and she said, is Eddie there? She was just a minute. And he'd come on and say, we need you, haul it out of there. So he called me and Ivor and Dick out across the country. Didn't have no fences to worry about. And within probably 40 minutes or so, we was already down there, and the gunny sacks was full of whiskey bottles. Throwed them over the horse's front shoulder, you know, and we rode out to the whiskey, about a half a mile, a quarter down the road and a quarter back in the pasture, and we just set them off, and then we went